Let's go to pending home sales were down 29% year over year. That's the first sub 30% drop in 3 months. That's crazy. That's just mind-boggling to me. Among the 50 most populous U.S. metros, pending sales fell the most in Vegas. Like always, like every cash I've experienced, Vegas always takes the first freaking hit. 63% down in sales year over year. Phoenix, 56%. Austin, 53%. These were the markets with the highest bubbles, by the way.
Right.
Though they fell in all 50, the decline, least in Chicago, was negative 12.8%. It's nuts.
Wow.
New listings of homes for sale fell 20% year over year. Active listings during the period were up 21.8% from a year earlier. The biggest annual increase is 2015. Months of supply, a measure of balance, was 4 months, up from 3.7 months. That means inventory is creeping up nationwide now. It's, of course, market by market. It's up to 4 months now. Healthy market is 6 months, so we're getting close to a healthy market in terms of inventory. But at the rate we're going, by the end of this year, if we stay at the rate we're going, we'll have 12 months, 15 months of inventory by the beginning of 24. If the buyer demand doesn't come back and start buying, or interest rates, it could be really messy. 29% of homes that were under contract had accepted offer within 2 weeks. That's not my experience. Slightly up from the week before, down from 36% a year earlier. This is the one I wanted to share with you. Homes that sold were in the market for a median of 45 days. That's up 2 weeks from 31 days a year earlier. 21% of homes that sold above their list price, down from 40% a year earlier. On average, 4.3% of homes for sale each week had a price drop up slightly from a week earlier, but down 5.3 a month earlier. This is the one that I wanted to share because you said 5%. The average sale to list price ratio, which measures how close homes are selling to their final asking price, fell to 97.9% from 100.1% a year earlier. That's the lowest level since 2020. What's your thoughts on that last data? Because you said in your market, you're losing 5%. And in your perspective, you didn't think that was enough. But to give the listeners and the viewers context, it's important they understand that you're borderline New York City.
New York City Metro,
Yeah, you're in the New York City Metro. So your average house there is what, 550, 500?
515.
515. So you're above the national average of 350. Way above the national average of 350. So for you, you may look at, hey, a $25,000 drop. It's like, that's not a lot, right? At a $500,000 home. But when you look at the percentages and now you compare it to the nationwide percentages, it's actually quite significant because at that pace, you could lose another 10%. Now we're talking 75,000. You could lose another 10% by the end of this year.
Right.
And that's significant cash, right? That's significant cash. So I just want to get your thoughts on that because we here in the Poconos, we're a little bit below. We're right, actually. It was like 96.7%. I looked at the data here locally for us in the Poconos, in the Stroudsburg region, Monroe County, and Pike County, Pennsylvania. And we were like at 96.8 or 7% of list to ask, which is very common in our area. Because I looked at the historicals, that's kind of going back to normal. Our days on the market is going up. By the way, it says 44. It's going to be significantly higher than that in a month.
Yeah. So the listing price for us, the 515 listing price is up, like I mentioned, double digits year over year. So 2020 to 2021, my market went up 14%.
Yeah.
21 to 22, another 14%. That's 28% in 2 years. So when I say a 5% drop is not,
you're still 22% up.
World, we're still up 22% in 2 years. So it's a little different. I think it's going to help the new buyers that want to get into our market from New York City, right? Because now a 475 property is still way cheaper than living in New York, right? It's expensive compared to the national average of home sales, but we have such a limited inventory here, like 42 listings right now in my market is tiny. Like there's
that's
open
nothing.
houses.
That's nothing.
There's nothing. Now we don't have the lines that we used to have with the open houses, but they're going on the contract still a week or two into the listing date. So the activity is still happening. We don't get 30 offers, but we get 5. So there's a shift, but it's not a standstill yet.
Yeah, it's because of your location. That location is super strong. Coño Rose, pero, let's keep it 100 here, right? Like, dude, like losing,
See,
if
no, it's
si tú
not
eres,
fun.
si tú tienes una casa and you're like, yo, my house is worth five and a quarter, and now a realtor's telling you no,
Sí, sí.
499, 499, 500. Yo, eso duele. It hurts, right?
Claro, claro que sí.
Coño,
Yeah.
duele like to someone to tell you that. And I think that's part of the issue that we're having, the psychology of the sellers. A lot of us sellers, and include myself, I'm an investor. So to me, I don't get attached. There's no emotional attachment to
Right, right.
properties for me, right? Now, when I talk about my home, my house where I live, my wife is like, sí, 400 for this. And I'm like,
Sí,
babe,
sí,
forget
sí.
about that. Like, stop. Like, you know
Yeah.
better. Um, right? There's an emotional attachment
Right.
because it's your home. So when it's your house, you have that emotional attachment, and a lot of people, as you know, tie their net worth, their biggest asset, quote unquote asset. I don't believe that the home you live in is your asset. I believe is your biggest liability. It just
Hmm.
appreciates over time. So we tend to get emotionally attached to that, and because most Americans don't have any financial education, they see property dropped 5%,
Oh yeah,
4%,
they're gonna
30,
freak out. Of
40,000, and they
course.
freak out. No, I'm
Yeah.
not selling because this is a number, right?
Right.
Not
Right.
understanding the market and the demand. We're seeing that right now, Rose. We have been, I'll give you an example. One of my sales guys went yesterday, Friday, called one of my sales guy. We got a lead from our marketing, and my sales guy goes out to see one of my guy goes out to see this property. It's a single family. He's like, takaba, it's falling apart, right?
Yeah.
Fine, that's what we buy. No
Yeah. Yeah.
problem. That's what we buy. That's our opportunity. He made an offer of 50,000 property. We ARV'd it somewhere around 225 or 250, which
Okay.
is great. That's the
Yeah.
sweet spot for us. We'll
Nice,
do those
nice
deals all
stretch.
day. We need like 50, 60 grand, 70 grand. Listen, we're calculating that now we're in a down market, so we got to be aggressive with our offers.
Hmm. Right.
The guy said someone offered him 220 retail.
Stop.
Another wholesaler out of state, a wholesaler from out of state offered him 220 retail, and he was like, "I'm gonna go with that. That's what my house is worth." And people, the average American, todavía no sabe, is not educated, like
Right.
to what is really happening in the market. You know, you probably have this with your mom and your parents. I called my mom the other day. I was like, "Mom." She always teases me, Rose. You know how Dominican parents
Yeah.
are. Usted no ve noticia. Tú no ve noticia. And I'm like,
Right.
Ma, we watch
I'm
different
like,
kind of
why
news.
would I? So I can like not leave my house
Yeah.
ever.
I'm like, Ma, we watch different kind of news. La
Right.
noticia que tú ves, what you're watching is the world is coming to an end. The criminals, people shooting, all this crazy shit. That's what
Yeah.
you
People
watch. And that's what you want to
drugs.
inform
Yeah.
me. And you think that that's important. Like, I need to know this stuff.
Right.
I asked her, I was like, what are they telling you about what's really happening with unemployment, with the financial markets? She was like, I don't even pay attention to that. Oye
Oye,
lo que me
oye.
dijo. Yo no le
Yeah,
hago
yeah,
caso a esa
yeah.
vaina. So
It's
that's
the
my point.
shift. Yeah.
Most people, they're not even paying attention. They don't
No.
know. They don't know.
I, Funny you say that about the homeowner, the seller not trying to budge on a price. So there's a two family about a block away from me, and this homeowner has had it on that's the only house in my town that has been in the market for more than 60 days. It's because the guy in his mind told the realtor, this is the number you need to list it at. The realtor's like, well, my CMA came in at whatever,
Mhm,
550, five
mhm.
sixty. He wanted it listed at 675. The house
Mm.
is still there. No one's looking at it. It's falling apart. It's the
Ay,
ugliest
Dios
house on the
mío.
block. It's a two family, but it's like, okay, it's a two family, but you got to put more money in there to
Mhm,
fix it. So it's not going to move. And this home seller is just stubborn as he can be.
mhm.
But yeah, again, they don't understand the numbers, right? The number side of it. No one's going to come in there and buy it unless the numbers make sense. Repairing it after repair, rents that come in, right? So it's very important to kind of school our customer, our seller, our buyer, whoever that is.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video to the very end. If you want to continue to watch videos like this one, click this video right here. I think you would enjoy that. And if you want to continue to learn from me and learn how to create wealth through real estate investing, check out my online course. It's in the links below. It's how to get your first off-market deal in under 60 days or less. Thanks again for watching. Really appreciate you guys. Peace out.